Today we're going to apply shading or value to our drawing from last week. But before that, I want to show you how do we do a value or shading on an object. Alright, so for today we are going to just use basic shape. What are shapes? Shapes, right? We know when a line meets, it becomes a shape. 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 Alright, so we are going to focus on circle, triangle, rectangle, and cone. And from here, we are going to give them an illusion of form, right? So shape is two-dimensional, while form is three-dimensional. How to create that form is when you apply value or shading. So to create an illusion of form from shape is when you add shading. So value is actually the lightness and darkness of a color. Shading is the process of adding value to a drawing. When we get the right value, you can give the illusion of a form, and we know where the light is coming from. In this drawing, the light is coming from here, right? Because the cast shadow is fall down here. We have learned about this before, so I am just going to refresh your mind, right? A highlight is the area on the form where light hits directly. So the light is here, so it hits directly on the form, and this is highlight. A midtone is the middle value. Reflected light is the light when the light hits the table or any surface, it's bounced back. So this is the reflected light, the light that is bouncing back from the object, right? From the object around the form, right? Cast shadow is when light is prevented from reaching this area, and core shadow is the darkest value on the form, right? This should be the darkest value on the surface, and this is the darkest value on the form. So this is the form and this is the surface. Let's say this is a table. Alright, before any value drawing, it's very important that you create a value scale. The value scale is different with each individual. Some might have this completely different. This is my darkest, this is my midtone, this is my lighter and lightest. Alright, with everyone this value scale differs. So before you start any drawing, I want you to do the value scale first. From here you can determine, okay, this is my darkest, so the darkest should be here. Alright, and then as it goes out, I should apply this value here. So you gradually change it, and then this one here, this one over here. Okay, right, we will try to apply value to a circle. Right, you don't have to use a compass, but if you're not confident, by any means please use a compass. Right, so I'm gonna put the light coming from here. This is the light source. Right, so when the light hits here, highlight falls here, cast shadow always fall on the opposite side, right? So I'm gonna start shading. I'm using a 2B pencil, so it must be very light to begin with. Next, you make it darker. Right, so I'm taking my mid value here. Okay, I'm making it even more darker. You must control the pencil. You see, the changes are gradual, not immediate. Okay, so I'm making the core shadow, which is the darkest, on the object. Now I'm applying this value here over here. To create highlight, I'm going to use eraser to erase. So this is my highlight. Now I'm going down to the cast shadow, right? I'm starting with the lightest. As it goes out, it should be lightest. Okay, lightest. Slowly, I'm building up, putting pressure to the pencil. Okay, so my circle is done. Next is I'm gonna do a square. You can use a ruler if you want. So I'm gonna add one line here, one line here, and the third line over here. Connect it and connect it. Okay, so I have a square, and now my light is coming from here. Light. Okay, so my cast shadow should be here. Right, again I'm gonna start with a light shade. Now we're going to start with the triangle and making it into a pyramid. Okay, just add another line back here, connect it. Right, now the light is coming from here as well. So light hits here, so this would be my highlight. So I start shading. Now a cone. Okay, again light is coming from here. Light. Okay, so shade it lightly. Now the cylinder. You create an ellipse, straight line.